Just a short video on Santiago logistics and getting your bearings. So here we go. When you're at the airport, obviously you can get taxis and limousines and Ubers. We'll come to Ubers in a moment. But another easy way to get into town is to take the public bus. I had a bit of a brain fade here because I'd previously taken this bus from the domestic terminal, and coming out of international I forgot that it actually stops at the international terminal. So I was charging on to head up to the domestic terminal, but really all I needed to do was stop here at this walkway, turn right, walk 40 metres, and could have picked up the bus right there and then. If you're flying domestic, just turn right when you leave the terminal. It's a couple hundred metre walk. The fare is just a flat 2,000 pesos. You can either pay on the bus to the bus driver or just grab a ticket from the booth here. The final stop is Los Heros, and if you need to go any further, just cross the street to the north. You'll find taxis at the metro station, or you could just take the metro to where you need to go. You're probably going to be staying in the central area highlighted here, or over in Providencia. And when you're taking the metro, the red line will get you between these areas and also to the main bus stations for taking buses out of the city. Getting around the city is pretty easy. I like to walk whenever possible, but sometimes you just got to take the train and you get this BIP card. Now just be aware, I went to buy this and put it on my credit card. I was hoping not to use any cash here for my few days, but I had to pay cash for this at the train station, so that meant going to an ATM and paying a withdrawal fee, blah blah blah. I'm going to need Chilean money further down the track anyway, so I wasn't too fussed about that, but just be aware that you've got to pay or buy this card in cash, 1,500 pesos, and then you can get around the city on the metro. Topping up the BIP's pretty easy. You can either go to a counter or do it on a machine, and the machines are like ATMs. There'll be a button somewhere along the way there where you can choose English, and that'll make life a little bit easier, but all pretty straightforward. Took an Uber yesterday, and that was interesting. Apparently Uber has only been legal, air quotes, for a couple of years here, and drivers have to be registered and insured and go through all the hoops. But I booked this Uber through the Uber app, and the guy started panicking because he felt there was some cops a couple of blocks away. So I'm not too sure how legal it is, or whether he just wasn't registered and didn't want to get pulled up and fined or whatever. So and all the prepayments I had in the Uber app weren't working either, so I had to pay cash, and it was a small fare. It was only 3,400 or something like that, and I only had a tenner, and he didn't have change, so it was a bit of a mess up. But you can get Ubers here, but it might be an interesting experience. Just went down those stairs just there, just go down into Plaza De Armas metro station. Just went down and topped up my BIP card. I mean, all these eateries around here, they're all basically sort of food court standard foods, not even pub grade food. But for these outdoor venues, you're just paying for the, well, I was going to say for the ambience, but I've got an angle grinder going right next door. So on a normal day, you're paying for the ambience. Just on that side of the plaza there's eateries galore. As you walk in there, on one side there's all indoor eateries with the menus displayed in the window, like sample dishes. And on the other side it's all hot dogs. I mean, hot dogs are a big deal here. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know how that came to be. You go to Argentina and it's all half a cow or half a sheep, and over here it's hot dogs. I don't know. How do you explain that?
Let's go for a walk around Santa Lucia Hill and discuss a few other tidbits.
One of the things you'd notice around here is there is a lot of graffiti, and you know, I guess there's a lot of graffiti in most big cities these days. For me, I notice that it seems to be a lot more than when I was here 10 years ago. So nothing new there for a big city, but just an observation. Breakfast here, most places offer breakfast. It's a continental breakfast. Continental breakfasts aren't real breakfasts. You're not going to get eggs, you're not going to get a big fry-up, you're going to get sweet pastries. So what I'd suggest if you want to have a proper breakfast is grab an apartment, don't get a hotel, grab an apartment with some cooking facilities. Just buy your own eggs in the supermarket, cook up breakfast yourself and have breakfast at home. It's going to be a lot better than walking up and down the streets here only to find donuts and pastries and really sugary things like that. Unless that's your thing. If it is, then you're in heaven. But if you're used to a savoury breakfast, you're going to be out of luck.
Academic stage, which is Russia and Chile. Some architects
Yeah. Bye.
When you are ordering a meal, particularly at lunch, ask for menu del dia, menu of the day. You'll generally get a better price for a 2 or 3 course menu and a drink. Doing it that way rather than picking a la carte off the menu. Another observation is the cop cars here look like something out of Mad Max. So what they are is like a normal cop car, but all the windows, front window, side windows, are all protected with this very heavy metal grille. I haven't wanted to take a picture to date because there's been people in the cars that didn't want to get arrested. If I can get a pic, I'll put one up. Otherwise, you'll just have to use your imagination. But they look like something out of Mad Max, and I can only imagine that they've done that to stop projectiles smashing the windows, which means obviously they've got a problem here with people throwing projectiles at the cop cars. So haven't seen any of that myself, but obviously the cars are that way for a reason.
So that brings us out the other side of Santa Lucia Hill. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you want to see an even better view of Santiago, try this video.